My dear friends and students, in today's video, I am going to explain a very important topic from the first chapter, that is the vertical circular motion. In vertical circular motion, we have to consider the definition of vertical circular motion, types of vertical circular motion, expression for tension in the string at any position and at the three position. We have to also consider the velocity of that object at the three different positions, and we have to also consider the conservation of energy in vertical circular motion. That's why today's topic is very important. So first of all, let us consider what do you mean by vertical circular motion. Now in previous video we already explained circular motion and its type. So we explained two types of circular motion, that is the uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Now all of you know that this is the example of non-uniform circular motion. So now let us consider what do you mean by vertical circular motion. Simply the motion of an object or particle along the circumference of circle, but in which plane? In a vertical plane. And when any object perform the motion in vertical plane, the motion of that object get affected, get controlled by the gravitational field. That's why right here, in a Earth's gravitational field is called vertical circular motion. Let us repeat the definition. The motion of particle along the circumference of circle in vertical plane in Earth's gravitational field is called vertical circular motion. Now here let us consider the example of vertical circular motion, that is the giant wheel. All of you experience in sitting that giant wheel start moving in a vertical plane. So that is also the example of vertical circular motion. And second one is a very easy example. If you consider one object and that object is tied with the help of string, and when it is revolved in a vertical plane, then the motion of that object is also considered as a vertical circular motion. That's why right here, motion of object tied at the end of string or tied with the string and it is revolved, it is wheeled. In which plane? That is the vertical plane. Now in our new textbook, vertical circular motion classified into two categories depending upon whether that vertical circular motion is totally controlled by the gravity or not controlled by the gravity. So here I write the two examples. That is, the first type of vertical circular motion as a controlled vertical circular motion, such as giant wheel. Here there is another source which controls the vertical circular motion of that giant wheel. So in that case what happens? In that case the speed of that giant wheel, that is kept constant or kept changing by the another source. That motion of giant wheel doesn't controlled by the gravity. And second one, this is the vertical circular motion which is totally controlled by the gravity. Now that's why right here giant wheel is the example of first type, that is the controlled vertical circular motion. Why it is called as controlled vertical circular motion? Because its motion is controlled by any another source, that is the power which run that vertical circular motion. And second one, that is the when object tied with the help of string and when it is revolved in a vertical plane, in that case its motion is totally controlled by the gravitational force, that is the gravity. Now let us consider the second type of vertical circular motion which is totally controlled by the gravity or gravitational field. Now here we have to consider that point under the head of effect of earth gravitational field. How the gravity controlled the vertical circular motion of that object. So for that, let us consider one object and let us tie that object with the help of string. And when it is held in a vertical plane, then obviously it changes its position. So we have to consider the two positions, that is L for lowest position and H for the highest position. During its motion, this object changes its position continuously. Now here, during the motion of that object from lowest position to highest position, how the speed of that object changes, which is the factor that is responsible for the change in velocity of that object. So for that, let us consider initially that object is present at a lowest position. When that object starts its motion from the lowest position and move to the highest position. Now in order to describe the direction of motion, I draw here the arrow which represent the direction of motion from lowest position to highest position. Now here in that case, all of you know that acceleration due to gravity always act in downward direction, whether that object move from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. Now here consider the direction of motion and here direction of acceleration due to gravity. You will clearly observe that these two directions that are opposite. So that's why the motion of this object opposed by the acceleration due to gravity. Because of which here you will be clearly observe that when the object is at lowest position, its velocity is given by under root of 5 rg, where r is the radius of that circular path and g is acceleration due to gravity. And when it reaches to the highest point, to a highest position, in that case here we have under root of rg. It means speed increases or decreases? Decreases. It changes from under root of 5 rg to under root of rg. Now in second half part, when that object move from highest position to the lowest position. Now see the direction of motion and direction of acceleration due to gravity. As both are in the same direction, now in this part of the motion of object, this acceleration due to gravity help the motion of that object. That's why here the velocity goes on increasing. It increases from under root of rg to under root of 5 rg. It means in half part of the motion, velocity decreases and in half part of the motion, velocity increases. It means during the motion of that object in a vertical plane, in half part the velocity decreases because the direction of motion and direction of acceleration due to gravity, that is opposite to each other, because of which g opposes the motion of object. And in another part here it is clear that its velocity increases because the direction of both, that is direction of motion and direction of acceleration due to gravity, that will be in the same direction. That's why the speed increases. In half part g oppose the motion of that object, and in another half part the same g help for the motion of that object. That's why here we consider the motion of that object only controlled by the acceleration due to gravity. Now let us consider a very important expression on the same topic, that is vertical circular motion, which is a expression for tension in the string at various positions. of the vertical circular motion. Generally, we have to find the expression for tension at lowest position, at highest position, and at the middle of horizontal position. So for that, you have to consider one object which is tied with the help of string. Suppose this is the object which is tied with the string, and when it is drilled or revolved in a vertical circle, then you have to consider initially the lowest position, in middle position. Now we have to consider here the various position in vertical circular motion. Now let us start how we can obtain the expression. For that, you have to consider one body. Consider a body of mass m tied with the string, and it is drilled in a vertical circle as shown in figure. Then you have to consider the various position, that is h, that is the highest position, l, that is the lowest position, m, that is the middle or horizontal position, and you have to consider the tension at that respective position. Let TH, TL and TM. T for tension, H, L, M for position, H for highest position, L for lowest position, and M for middle position. We consider here three positions: highest, lowest and middle. We have to consider the tension at that three position as tension at highest, tension at lowest and tension at middle. Now in order to find the tension at that various position, let us consider any position P. So let P be the any position of body in such a way that it make the angle theta with the vertical position. Now when that body is at P, when the body is at P, then which are the different forces that are acting at that body? So there are two forces acting at that body. The first one is weight of that body, which is acted in vertically downward direction, and second one, tension in the string, that is along PO as shown in diagram. So when the body is at any position P, these two forces acting on that body, the first one is a weight and second one is a tension in the string. Now here in figure it is very clear that at the body is at inclined position. It is neither exactly in vertical position or in horizontal position. It makes some angle with the vertical. That's why this weight is divided into two components. Obviously, that is the mg cos theta and the mg sin theta. Now this mg cos theta acting anti-parallel to the tension, and the difference between tension and this mg cos theta provide us the necessary centripetal force for the vertical circular motion of that body. Now from figure we have this tension and the component of weight as they are in opposite direction. That's why I write here T minus mg cos theta. The net force provide the necessary centripetal force. So that's why whatever the difference between tension and that mg cos theta, that gives us the necessary centripetal force for the circular motion of that object. So that's why I write here T minus mg cos theta equal to mv square by r, where m is the mass of that body V is the velocity of that body at position P and R be the radius of that circular path. Now we have to find tension only. Just transfer this term. So we have tension equal to mv square by R plus mg cos theta. So this is the expression for tension in the string at any position P. Now from that we can easily find out the tension at lowest position, tension at highest position and tension at middle position just by considering this expression and here putting the values, that is for lowest position. You have to put T equal to TL, V equal to VL, and when that body is at initial position, obviously the angle is 0. You have to put these three values in this equation, that is T equal to mv square by R plus mg cos theta. Now if we put these values in this equation, then we can have, that is TL equal to m VL square by R plus mg cos 0. All of you know that cos 0 is 1. That's why I write here tension at lowest position equal to mvl square by R plus mg. So this is the expression for tension in the string at lowest position. Similarly, in order to find the tension at highest position, again put the values in the same equation as T equal to TH, V equal to VH, and when that body reaches to the highest position, then it makes the angle with its initial position as a 180. So therefore we have TH equal to mvh square by R plus mg cos 180, as cos 180 means cos phi is minus 1. So that's why I write here tension at highest position is equal to mvh square by R minus mg. So this is expression for tension at the highest position. Now consider one more position, that is now to find the tension at one more position, that is at horizontal position or middle position. Again put the values T equal to Tm, V equal to Vm and theta equal to 90. When that body reaches to the middle position, from lowest to middle or horizontal. Now here what is the angle? 90. So that's why I write here tension at middle position equal to m Vm square by R plus mg cos 90. Now as cos 90 is 0, therefore tension at middle equal to m Vm square by R. Now if you compare the values of tension at these three standard positions, that is at highest position, at lowest position and at middle position, then you will be clearly observe that when the body is at lowest position, the tension is maximum, which is equal to, that is centripetal force plus its weight. When the body is at highest position, then the tension is minimum, which is equal to centripetal force minus its weight. And when the body is at middle position or horizontal position, then only the tension is centripetal force. Now let us move toward the another important expression, that is the expression for linear velocity at highest, lowest and the middle position. Now here our consideration that will be same for this question. Again you have to consider one body. So consider a body of mass m tied with the string and revolve in a vertical circle as shown in figure. Then you have to consider the various position where we have to find the linear velocity. Let L be the lowest position, H be the highest position, M be the middle position, VL be the velocity at lowest position, Vm be the velocity at middle position, and Vh be the velocity at highest position. Now in order to find the velocity at the highest position, first we have to find velocity at the highest position. Now for that, in order to complete the vertical circular motion of that body without losing this string, without slacking that string, the condition must be followed that tension at highest position that must be greater than or equal to 0. What I say? Let us repeat again. In order to complete the vertical circular motion of that object when the body is at highest position without losing the string, the tension at highest position that must be greater than or equal to 0. Now here consider the tension at highest position which we already obtained in previous expression, that is tension at highest position equal to mvh square by r minus mg. That is, just put this condition. Consider here the tension at highest position is equal to 0. If we put tension at highest position equal to 0, then I write here m Vh square by r minus mg. Transfer this term. So we have mg equal to m Vh square by r. Just cancel that mm. So here rg equal to Vh square. Taking square root on both sides. Therefore, velocity at highest position equal to under root of rg, where r is the radius of that circular path and g is the acceleration due to gravity. So here we obtained the first value, that is velocity at the highest position is simply under root of rg. Now to find the velocity at lowest position, now we have to use the concept of total energy, which is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Now consider the two positions, one where we know the velocity and other where we have to find the velocity. So that's why I am considering here the two positions, that is highest and the lowest position. So in vertical circular motion, body possesses the two types of energy, that is kinetic energy because of its motion and potential energy due to change in its position. So that's why I write here total energy is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So I write here total energy at highest position as kinetic energy at highest position plus potential energy at highest position. Similarly, I write here the value of total energy at lowest position as kinetic energy at lowest position and potential energy at lowest position. Just put the value. So we have kinetic energy equal to half mv square. For highest position, we denote the velocity as a vh. So that's why I write here half m vh square plus when the body reaches from lowest to highest, the height is equal to twice r. So that's why I write here the value of potential energy as mg. Actually it is mgh. When the body moves from this lowest position to highest position, then what will be the height? That is equal to twice the radius. that is equal to kinetic energy is half mvl square. And when the body is at lowest position, that is at initial position, here its height to be considered as a 0. So that's why its potential energy at lowest position equal to 0. Now just put the values, that is half mvh square plus twice mgr equal to half mvl square. Now put the value of velocity at highest position, as velocity at highest position is under root of rg. So here I put this value. I write here half m. The value of pH is under root of rg, its square, plus twice mg equal to half mvl square. Now here square root get cancelled, that is equal to half mgr plus twice mgr equal to half mvl square. Now if we simplify it, it is 1 plus 4, that is the 5 by 2 mgr equal to half mvl square. You can cancel this m, you can cancel this 2. So we have 5rg equal to vl square, and simply under root of 5rg equal to vl. So in order to find the velocity at a lowest position, we use which concept? That is the total energy concept. In first case, we use this condition that in order to complete the vertical circular motion, tension at highest position, that is equal to or greater than 0. We use the condition equal to 0. In a similar way, we can find the velocity at the horizontal position. We have to use the same concept of a total energy. Now in order to find the velocity at middle position, again consider the same concept, that is total energy at middle position equal to total energy. Now you can use here at lowest position or at highest position, because now we have the two known values. Velocity at highest equal to under root of rg, and velocity at lowest equal to under root of 5rg. Now again put the same value, kinetic energy at middle, potential energy at middle equal to again kinetic energy at highest and potential energy at highest position. Now put the respective values, that is half mvm square plus when the body is at horizontal or middle position, height equal to r. So that's why I write the value of potential energy as mgr equal to again half mvh square plus 0, because at highest position, here you have to put the value of h as a twice r. So that's why I write here plus twice mgr. So that is half mvm square. Now if I transfer this, then we get half mvh square. This is plus twice mgr. This will become minus. That's why it is simply mgr. Now put the value of velocity at a highest position. That is half mvm square equal to half m. Put the value of pH as under root of rg plus mgr. Now simplify it, that is half mvm square equal to, here we have to write half mgr plus simply mgr. Now if we simplify it, then we have half mvm square equal to, it become 1 plus 2, that is 3 by 2 mgr. Can cancel this 2 and m. We have Vm square equal to simply 3Rg and Vm equal to under root of 3Rg. So this is how we obtain the linear velocity at highest position, at lowest position and at the middle